Hi guys, welcome to video. Hi guys, welcome to a video. I'm thinking that today I should just talk to myself and not really do any drawings and kind of just focus on what I'm saying and how fast I'm saying it, and that I don't have to always be overclocking myself. It's kind of what it feels like. I don't always have to be doing that. I can just talk slow. It's kind of hard to do, even. It feels so unnatural and like weird for me. It's just, you can notice in the way that I talk that my nervous system is completely fried, bro. I slur my words to the point of incomprehensibility. I might have just made that word up, but it's okay. I have a very big reputation of just making things up to fill in the blanks. I seen somebody today that kind of showed me what I sound like to other people, and he was talking so fast that he just stumbled over his words. He like stuttered the same thing 7 times, and it really goes to show that no matter how fast you talk, your brain's still gonna make you talk at the same speed that you are able to process at. So you'll say things quick, but you'll stutter it and stumble it and fuck it up before you actually get it out. My mom is the same way too. I could tell that she has really bad nervous system problems. She's just always on edge, and she sometimes slurs her words to the point where, like, what the fuck are you even saying? Slow down a little bit. But it's really not that hard. It's not that easy. It's genuinely something you have to try to do, even though what you're doing is tiring yourself out. The thing that takes less energy is hard to do, which is really just, it makes you want to not try sometimes. With any problem, sometimes you have really fucking bad problems. Like maybe you have a complex where you're always distancing yourself from people, and you don't know how to let people back in your life. But it's so much harder, and just, it's so much deeper into the unknown that you have to jump into, and it's so hard sometimes, and it almost feels easier to live in despair, for me at least, because sometimes you try as hard as you have all the willpower in the world, and you just end up right back where you started, and maybe even a couple steps back. So that kind of, now that I'm saying it out loud, makes me realize it's not about trying hard. It has nothing to do with trying hard or playing it smart. It's just about watching. If you are not ultimately calm while you are trying to get to a goal, you will fuck it up, just as you fuck up your words. I mean, the whole nervous system problem kind of circles back in on itself. It keeps you from fixing it. So I don't really know what the solution is to that. Yet, at least. It's very important to tell yourself that when you don't know something, it's only right now. You don't know what you're gonna know 10 minutes from now, 10 weeks from now, a year from now. You don't know. Just, for me, it's kind of weird because I'm really scared of being the same person forever, but I really like I really like this idea of who I am, which isn't necessarily true all the time. And I guess there's just parts of myself that I really hate and parts of myself that I really like, and there's just like this constant tension. And I don't know whether the solution is to let go of it entirely, just the concepts in general, just be me. I mean, it probably is, but I don't know, like, how to do that, how to go about just, like, sometimes it clicks in my brain. I feel like a vibrational shift, and it's something that I almost have control over, but it only lasts for like a couple minutes. And it's like a warm feeling, like I am accepting everything all at once, and it all makes sense. And then out of nowhere, it's just one scary thought will creep in. It's like my brain will always come up with something that diminishes whatever I thought to make the problem better. No matter what I do, no matter how close I get to fixing it, I always am in this limbo of who's in control. And is there even such thing as control? Kind of a different thing, but it's something that I really harp on all the time. Is I just lost my train of thought. Okay. Just getting words to come out of my mouth sometimes is really difficult. It's just the most draining thing ever. But then there'll be moments where I just forget about it, and everything just works perfectly. I don't know how to get there though. I really don't. I just have a lot. I end up sounding really confused and lost and dumb because my brain is 99% allocated to things that don't matter. And I have this inkling that I would be like really smart if I could just put all of myself into the world. But I physically can't. And I know that these parts of myself exist. I know that all that I actually end up putting out into the world isn't all there is of me, because there's so much more that I'm constantly experiencing that I never get to tell anybody. And something always gets in the way of it. I I'm really bad at noticing patterns within myself. Like really bad at it. I need someone to like hold my hand and tell me which way to, you know what I mean? I just don't know. I really don't know sometimes. I just hate feeling lost, which I feel all the time. I desperately want to get in line with what I genuinely believe, and I know that it's somewhere in me. It's just I've gone so far away from it that it seems like I never had anything that I've wanted to begin with, and I really lose sight of who I am. Probably because of what it has to do with dissociation and the things that you do because of dissociation. Like, never talk. I just don't talk. If I'm ever scared or nervous, or these things feel so real that I just don't even feel like I can say anything sometimes. And it ruins all of my relationships with anybody. Because I don't know, bro. I just can't help but feel like people are gonna think things about me. Like, I bet, like, in the span of what I've been saying from the start of the video to now, I've went on 4 different tangents and forgot about what I was saying, like, every other sentence. That's because while I'm talking, I'm worrying about other things. My brain is focusing so hard on other things. I'm trying so hard to be able to talk right now about one consistent thing. And it's like I'm kind of aware of it, but I'm not really. If I was aware of it, I wouldn't be doing it. So, yeah. I just, I wish that I could get to a point where I just can go up to anybody, say anything to any. I want to be the person that I genuinely want, and not someone who just obeys their emotions. It's making me into someone that I hate. And I'm trying to just accept that. But, different thing. I started looking up boundaries because I always heard boundaries. It's something that's been floating around in my headspace for a while. And I sort of realized I have no idea what boundaries are at all. I genuinely don't know what a boundary is. I thought it was just like telling somebody to stop doing something. That's not what a boundary is at all. It's using something that you, from what I've gathered I watched like 2 videos. It's using something that you have control over to prevent somebody from doing something that you don't like. But that is such a foreign. Let me just real quick. It's just such a foreign idea to me. I feel like the only way in my life, I kind of disagree with it a little. I feel like it's because I don't understand it fully. It's very confusing, and I'll get to why in a minute. But I just grew up thinking that in order to get people to respect you and not do things that you want, you have to clearly and concisely explain to them why. You have to give them a reason that they understand. Even if they don't agree with you, you have to make them understand why they should just respect what you think and why. But, and it's not just a sense of controlling, it's just a sense of spreading truth. But I get lost in that so much, and I end up just trying to tell people how to think all the time. Because usually people just don't care what you actually have to tell them, and it just puts you down, and it makes you care more about what they have to say. So, I guess it's kind of the right thing, but there's something inside that feels like you can just, if you explain what you feel well enough to anybody who ever wronged you, you could fix it. But I guess the level of understanding you would have, it's just that feeling that, okay, I kind of feel like there's somebody out in the world that could do this. So it's possible. If you could think of somebody that could act a certain way, if you could think of a type of person, they exist. There's fucking, 8 billion people in the world? If you can think of a certain type of person, that person exists in the world. So it's just, I feel like there's a way to get there, but I guess it's just not worth your energy. I guess that's why. But the whole thing is kind of just confusing to me because I grew up with a lot of people who would do this. It's the same kind of thing, but it feels wrong. Here's my explanation for why I don't. People would do, like, what if somebody's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you if you don't stop going on your phone. And let's say it's like your friend. They are doing something that's within their control to stop you from doing something that they don't like. But it's like it doesn't. That can, bro. There's so many different use cases for it that are just wrong. And I feel like it's so much harder to pick apart everyone's. Like, I don't know, bro. It feels like it's not the right. It's not. It feels like it's not truth. Like, oh, this person set a boundary, but just because they set it for the other person, one little thought that they made while they were making that action, while they were telling the boundary, changes all of it. It's like trying to solve a math, like, it should be obvious whether or not people are wrong or right. I don't know. No, it's not. But like, fuck, bro. And I feel like this lady that was explaining, I feel like she would be more at peace. She wasn't really at peace. She was like getting angry about it. And she had like a book written. I was like, that's kind of unprofessional. I don't know. I don't know why she was like cursing about it. If you guys know what I'm talking about, which you probably don't. I don't know. It's just off-putting. Something that I have to do a lot more research on. Like, I get it. You can't control other people. And it's just freeing to not. It is a freeing feeling to not control anybody. And to just let people do whatever they want. Let them theory. And but setting a boundary, it's like a whole it's just like, which one's the right thing to do? Do you just let people do whatever the fuck they want and naturally react to it over time, stop talking to them, or do you try and set a boundary? What if you can't set a boundary? What if you're with people that just don't understand what boundaries are? I'm getting a scam call. Two scam. Alright, should I answer it? I'm gonna answer it. Hello?
Hello, this is Sophia with Personal
Hold
Loan
on.
Underwriting.
Hold
I've
on.
tried contacting you
Hold
last
on,
week,
wait a
but we
minute.
weren't able to speak.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Following up with you one more time.
Hold on,
Your
wait a
file is
minute.
almost approved and
See? Robots. Also, I honestly don't think AI is that bad. Hot take. I think there's bad things that it could do, and there's good things that it could do. It's just how we advance in life. Um, but just the whole thing is really confusing. If you have people that just don't understand boundaries, they're just gonna cross over them. Maybe there's somebody who's not like a narcissist, but they grew up with people giving them threats. So they think in defense, they think every boundary is a threat, and they think, oh, this person, they don't necessarily see the punishment as a threat, but they just see like, oh, this person's only saying that, so I stop doing it. So they kind of see it as control in a way, which it kind of is. You can definitely see it as it's control, but I guess it's not, because fuck, I don't know, bro. Like, if let's say it's a healthy boundary, you want someone to stop uh smacking their fucking lips at the dinner table, and you say, if you keep doing that, I'm going to uh I don't know, what would be a healthy boundary? If you keep smacking your lips, I'm gonna restrict you from having a fork next time you eat. You're gonna be taking finger food to the next level for the rest of your time in this household. Is that bro? The whole thing is just so. I really know that it's probably the right way, but it just doesn't make sense. Is that controlling, a threat, or is it a boundary? Those three things kind of seem like the same thing to me. Like, I kind of get, like, I don't know, bro. And it's also like, it can be plain as day. Like, if you threaten to do something harmful to somebody physically to get what you want from them, that's obviously a threat. And if you do something that's like, let's say, a really soft boundary, there's a huge contrast between those. But I don't believe in 1 and 0. I think there's a whole gradient, and I think that I need someone to draw me the line as to where it becomes. I just fucking hate when that's what we settle for. It's just, okay, well, the line's just like here, just because. Like, that's not a. Maybe it's just me. I'm like the opposite of people who can't tell that there's things in between good and bad. If somebody does one bad thing, they're not all a bad person. But I put that gradient of good and bad on everything. And obviously, not everything is a gradient. Some things actually are on and off. But I feel like, bro, it can get very slippery with what you consider a boundary. And I feel like it's just one of those things where 100 different people would have 100 different opinions on what's a boundary, what's control, and what's. Like, that shit just makes me not even want to participate in it, honestly. Nobody even knows what it really is. So, yeah, these are the things I need to figure out before I adopt a new opinion. Which I guess is a good thing, but my opinions are crazy. Like, I only come up with opinions when I'm really deep in thought. And when you're really deep in thought and you have everything that you thought coming to the conclusion in your mind, it's like really clear to you. But then later on, you might forget all of it. And then be like, what the fuck was I even talking? How did I get to that point? Or maybe somebody who doesn't think as complex as you would be like, what are you actually talking about? And then you get anxiety and forget everything you thought about. And you can't even explain it to them. So you just look really dumb. These are the things I deal with every single day in my life, bro. If you guys deal with the same type of shit, let me know in the comments below. And, lick my shoes and do it on the low. I'm trying to freestyle, but I'm really bad at it. I've been trying to freestyle for so long, and I feel like I'm not progressing. I'm just hitting the same roadblock over and over and over again and thinking that I'm approaching it differently, but it's the same problem. It's just I don't see it yet. I'm not above the problem yet. Maybe I never will be, but I think it has something to do with the way that I see writing lyrics. Like, you can genuinely see lyrics as a different thing from just talking when it isn't at all. It's the same framework, you're just saying things that you. That's what really makes a difference, I'm thinking. You think it as, this is a song, these words are different than words I normally say, so you end up just saying really cliche and dumb shit. Or repeating the same thing over and over. And I'm trying to get rid of that thought. Not really get rid of it, but like add something to it that makes me. You can't get rid of thoughts, you can only add to them. And that doesn't mean you can get back to a point prior to where you reacted differently because you didn't know it. You can get back to that, but you have to just know something else. It's like knowing the sun's gonna explode in a million years and I just fucked up that whole analogy. Remove the part where I said a million years. The sun's gonna explode in a million years and you're fucking anxious as fuck. And then what's added on top of it is the million years part. I don't know if I said a million years again. I feel like I did. But you guys know what I fucking meant. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed night. Have a blessed whatever the fuck you are doing with your life. And you should bless other people too, if you'd like.